Hello, guys, and welcome to my channels. Welcome to the Moon Pulls Podcast. In this Moon Pulls Podcast, we are going to be highlighting the new moon in Cancer, taking place on July 17th, 2023, and be going into how it's going to affect your sign, as we do every new and full moon. If you are catching this by way of the Readings by Marvelous Madame Tarot channel, thank you so much. If you are catching this by way of the Marvelous Enlightenment channel, thank you so much as well. It's going to be the exact same thing, just shared on both channels. Now, this is going to be the audio version of this. Of course, afterwards, you will see the actual video portion of it. And the oracle deck that we are going to be highlighting for this particular new moon is the Oracle of Visions. I pulled this out of the archives and I just remembered how much I love this deck, and that is what we're going to be doing. But that you will see in the video version of this. Let's go ahead and get started. If you are wanting to go on the website for the full moons and the new moons, there is a write-up and where I got that information from, always listed for your if you want to know where I'm getting this information from whenever I actually do my research. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the new moon in Cancer. So take a good look around and be brutally honest with yourself. Are you happy? Does this place feel like home? Everyone is vibing at their own individual frequency, so no need to compare yourself or make judgments on your spiritual progress. However, to say that we're in the midst of a collective awakening is truly an understatement, guys, especially when considering the upcoming astro weather. Now, while I would like to normally focus on the upcoming new moon in Cancer, there will be prominent shifts happening simultaneously. Now, as I go through these shifts, I'm going to be letting you know I'm going to be doing commentary on them. I know more than likely, guys, that I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to present that information to you. So let's keep going. For instance, just a couple of hours after the new moon renews itself, the lunar nodes, also known as the north and south nodes of fate, will conclude their journey through the Taurus and Scorpio axis and officially activate the Aries Libra axis. Okay. For reference, check where these cardinal energies live in your birth chart and reflect back to the years of 2004 through 2006. This window of time could hint at the energies to come, as it was the last time the nodes of destiny journeyed through these signs. Either way, you're going to want to keep in mind as these new energies will serve as a powerful influence through this lunar cycle. With all of that being said, the moon will renew itself via 24 degrees of the sentimental Cancer on July 17th at exactly 2:32 p.m. Eastern Time. The first water sign in the zodiac, Cancer, is a representation, guys, of our home base, emotional foundation, and family dynamic. The way these parts of our life speak to the essence of Cancer, as it specifically prioritizes which could bring support and comfort. It is no wonder that Cancer's astrological energy resembles that of the mother archetype. And if you or your loved ones have Cancerian placements, that's me, Cancer Sun, then you're no stranger to a protective persona. And yes, I do take that on. If you are a Cancer listening to this, especially a Cancer rising and sun, this is going to affect more, and moon, but more importantly, where you have Cancer in your chart, you will take on a protective persona in that area. I find that it's more noticeable, let me say, and a Cancer Sun, in my opinion. They're all noticeable, but to me, the most noticeable and the most logical or obvious is going to be Sun and Moon. There are certain things with your friends, with what you do, a part of your personality, the way that you come off to just be naturally protective. And that comes with a price as well, but that's not what this is. We'll move on. As you may remember, the sun joins forces with the moon during the new moon phase. And this potent synergy is precisely what catapults us into a new or a brand new chapter in life. In the meantime, reflect on the vibration that you're aspiring towards. Are you consciously surrounding yourself with people, places, and energy that emotionally fulfill you? Does your living space meet your expectations? This lunation is encouraging us to come home to ourselves, even if that means making the changes necessary to do so. The new moon will be making an opposition to Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, which will likely have us revisiting themes from our past. Keep in mind that the moon will eventually reach 29 degrees and direct opposite of the Lord of the Underworld in about a day or so, but the sun won't make an exact opposition until around July 20th or 21st. This will also be the last opposition that occurs between the sun in Cancer and Pluto in Capricorn, which has been ongoing since 2009. Having said that, this could feel incredibly liberating and cathartic, guys, as we are finally ready to cultivate a new system and structure within our personal lives. Powerhouse Pluto is a key player at this time, as it will square the nose of destiny on the 23rd of July. And I'm actually thinking that maybe I will talk about that, but I'm sure I will in my my North Node, South Node video, which I'm trying to really figure out how I'm going to give it to you guys. Anywho, moving on. And when considering the influence of the new moon, this square will simultaneously trigger a grand cardinal cross featuring the following players or actors: the North Node in Aries, the South Node in Libra, Pluto and Capricorn. Granted, this cardinal cross won't be exact on the day of the new moon, but there's a seed that is being planted nonetheless. In typical Cancerian fashion, there will be a strong urge to protect our loved ones and assert our overall sense of security. This, however, is where we're being challenged to step out of our comfort zone in order to establish a new foundation for ourselves moving forward. Talk about fertility. Remember, cardinal energy initiates and kicks things off, okay? On another note, guys, the new moon will harmonize with Uranus, which is awesome because Uranus can wreak havoc, adding a layer of disruption and shock value, and not in the way that you're thinking. But when it harmonizes, although, Uranus does bring that energy of shock and disruption, and it is, it's funny too when you try to explain the Uranus energy to a person that is Uranian ruled. Oh, they can't stand it. Especially if we'll leave that alone, but they cannot stand it. I urge you in anything that I talk about, embrace what your energy is. Your birth chart is your birth chart. Good, bad, and indifferent, no matter what the zodiac stereotypes are, embrace it. Because the more you're in the know, the more you can try to get a hold of or study the patterns that make you tick. And when you're bringing, this erratic, disruption, you'll think about what's making you do that. And maybe you'll have just a tad bit more control over yourself. That's just a tidbit. That's if you are all of my Aquarians out there. Especially if you are a Cancer rising with Aquarius Sun. I know a few. Moving on. This isn't anything for you to stress about, but instead an opportunity for you to take the unconventional route and approach things from a different standpoint. Uranus comes to shake things up, and when they've been stagnant for too long, which can also, when things have been stagnant for too long, Uranus is there or will be there to shake it up, which is also liberating and necessary. While in harmony with the outer worldly Neptune, This lunation is simultaneously not only bringing awareness to the support of spirit and divine, but it's also going to be extremely cathartic for those of you who didn't even know you needed it. In other words, we are all exactly where we need to be at this very moment, and there is no need to fear the unknown and uncertainty of it all. Mars will also be in opposition to Saturn retrograde, highlighting where we should be more discerning and cautious. Otherwise, this will be a wonderful aspect for tedious and analytical work. So if you've been lacking discipline and focus with your endeavors, this will definitely get you back to basics. All right, guys. That concludes the intro for this particular transit. We are going to break out into the all signs. Remember, everything will be time stamped. Also, remember that you should be looking and reading these from a rising and sun sign standpoint. I considering myself a novice astrologer just because I haven't been studying that long. I've been involved for years, 20 years. I mean, for the whole time I've been old enough to know what astrology is. But to me, astrology is something that takes years to understand. With that being said, with my level of knowledge, I don't feel comfortable with telling individuals that they can listen to this from a moon sign perspective, because I have my own perspective when it comes down to the moon signs and astrology, and I personally think that they need to be broken out on their own. But that's just me. So approach this from a sun and rising perspective. I also feel that rising signs are most accurate. This will explain the reason why if you are an Aries Sun and you're reading an Aries horoscope, sometimes, it doesn't matter the zodiac. I am illustrating that this will explain you as a sun sign, whatever, Aries is the example, and you're reading your horoscope and you're like, this ish doesn't resonate. A lot of the times it's because you're not reading it from your rising sign perspective. Once I found that out in my studies, I want to say years ago, and began to really take studying seriously and offering some zodiac things in my work, that's when my life changed, because I realized that I had been doing it wrong. So that's when I considered myself to be studying as an astrologer, okay? In addition to the other things that I do. So just keep in mind that I still come from the school where the sun is secondary. You should read it from a sun sign perspective to find out some of the themes that your collective may be going through. But you're going to want to find out your rising sign, guys, and then your life will change, because then you'll start to see what is there for you based upon, your rising sign when you were born. All right, we move on. We are going to get into the sign by sign, and we're going to start out with Aries and Aries rising. What makes you feel rooted both within yourself in terms of your home base? Both within yourself and in terms of your home base. Things are about to shift in a big way, as a North Node of Destiny will make its debut in your sign a few hours after the new moon, and for the first time since 2006. In the meantime, however, the moon will renew itself in the most private sector of your birth chart, your fourth house of home, family, and innermost feelings and emotional foundations, bringing emphasis to everything from your personal life to your perception of safety. Moreover, your celestial ruler Mars will make its opposition to Saturn retrograde, which can help you tackle and make sense of the tedious logistics occurring in your everyday life. This is especially true for those of you in the process of cleansing, clearing, and making peace with an old version of yourself. Aries, your new moon affirmation is the following: the universe is protecting me. I am balanced and at peace within myself. We move on to Taurus and Taurus rising. Lean on your inner circle for support and don't be afraid to wear your heart on your sleeve. It's been an interesting 18 months with the North Node transiting your sign, but all things come to an end. What did you learn about yourself and your personal value systems? How has your perception of security evolved since 2021? The moon will renew itself in Cancer, bringing fertility and new beginnings to your third house of siblings, communication, and immediate surroundings. Keep in mind that your planetary ruler is already in its pre-retrograde shadow phase in Leo and via your fourth house of home, family, and emotional foundations. Reflect on the ways you like to improve your communication style and or use your voice to make your feelings known. You deserve to feel safe, even if that means taking necessary precautions in your personal life. Taurus, your new moon affirmation is as follows. My mind is resilient. My words have power to me. We move on to Gemini and Gemini rising. Themes surrounding your finances, stability, and family values are being brought to your attention under this new moon. And with the go-getter Mars transiting your most personal sector of your birth chart, there is a greater emphasis on the logistics and tedious planning that you have going on the home front. Given its opposition to Taskmaster Saturn in your career sector, this could also revolve around your day-to-day work routine and or the way it's merging with your personal life. With all that being said, you're being encouraged to honor your boundaries and emotional needs, whether yours or a loved one's at this time. Gemini, your new moon affirmation is as follows. I am in tune with my mind, body, and soul, and that is what I need to feel secure. We move on to Cancer and Cancer rising. Happy new moon collective. It is our solar season, and your lunar essence is beaming as bright as ever. Granted, the new moon phase isn't the most lively, let alone energizing, but never underestimate the moon's lack of visibility. After all, it's not every day the sun and moon join forces in your sign, right? No. Make a wish, but first reflect on the parts of yourself that you're ready to commit to or break away from. Whether personally or in terms of your family dynamic, this is an opportunity to assert yourself and call back your power. Also, with Mars sitting direct opposite, and the direct opposite to the Taskmaster Saturn retrograde, the universe is supporting you as you diligently plan for the future you'd hope to manifest. That is beautiful. Cancer, your new moon affirmation is as follows. I have the power of my intuition and the support of my ancestors to choose what is best for me. We move on to Leo and Leo rising. When reflecting on themes of healing and closure, what would ultimately bring you peace of mind? Truth be told, with both Mars and Venus in your sign, you have the confidence and courage to take a stand. But there's one more to consider. The moon will renew itself in sentimental Cancer via your 12th house of closure, dreams, and unconscious patterns, bringing fertility and new beginnings to your life behind the scenes. This could be through spiritual pursuits, an act of surrender, or perhaps an epiphany about your past experiences with home and family. Don't hesitate to take space for yourself at this time. Rest, recharge, and replenish. Leo, your new moon affirmation is as follows. I let go of what I can't change. I strive to achieve inner balance. We move on to Virgo and Virgo rising. There's nothing more reassuring than a friend that you can refer to as family, and with the new moon renewing itself in sentimental Cancer via your 11th house of community affairs, future visions, and friendship groups, there's an opportunity for you to cultivate that sense of belonging for yourself. Your celestial ruler, Mercury, will also face off with expansive Jupiter, which can be equally as inspiring as extravagant. So be mindful of your exchanges at this time. This could be with regards to a network you consider to be dependable, or a conversation with a family member that turns out to be more stubborn than you are comfortable with. So Virgo, your new moon affirmation is as follows. I choose to surround myself with individuals who bring out the best in me. I attract loyalty and dependability. We move on to Libra and Libra rising. It's all eyes on you as the moon will renew yourself in Cancer, bringing emotional emphasis to your 10th house of authority, career moves, and reputation in the world. Keep in mind with your celestial ruler Venus already in its pre-retrograde shadow phase, some of you could be in the process of re-evaluating the value of your endeavors, while others of you reconnect with professional prospects from the past. Either way, the real question is does it feel safe? Are you feeling the intuitive pull to move forward? Honoring your instincts, Libra Collective, will serve to be more rewarding than you realize, specifically when it comes to your sense of authority. So Libra Collective, your new moon affirmation is as follows. When I follow my heart, I am a capable leader. My truth is inspiring to others. Good luck, Collective. We move on to Scorpio and Scorpio rising. With the moon renewing itself in your sister sign Cancer via your expansive ninth house of self-discovery, there is also an opportunity for a new beginning. But keep in mind, the moon will be in opposition to your modern ruler Pluto, retrograde in Capricorn via your third house of immediate surroundings and early childhood. Which part of your past are you ready to make peace with? How has your perception of home and family evolved in the past 2 years? With the South Node of Fate approaching its end of its journey in your sign, a significant chapter of your life is coming to a close. That being said, consider this a chance to shift your trajectory and start again. Allow your future to redefine your past experiences. Scorpio, your new moon affirmation is as follows. I am an ever evolving being, and my past does not define me. I choose to nurture the future I crave. We move on to Sagittarius and Sagittarius rising. If you've ever questioned the foundation of your intimate partnerships, this thought could be the top of mind under the new moon in Cancer. For instance, with the moon renewing itself in Cancer via your 8th house of mergers, shared resources, and other people's money, you're not only more receptive to a significant other's emotionality, but also being called to surrender your doubts and fears in the process. In the meantime, reflect on the root of these shadowy attributes and make sure that you're being honest with yourself. What systems and structures no longer resonate with your new reality? What do you need to feel more secure in this connection? Family dynamics, namely when it comes to shared assets and or inheritance, could also come up for review. So Sagittarius Collective, your new moon affirmation is as follows. I recognize safe spaces. Trust is a choice, and I choose to trust the process. We move on to Capricorn and Capricorn rising. July's new moon is touching down in your committed 7th house of agreements, compromise, and significant others. Do you feel safe within your current partnerships? Do you share similar value systems? Whether personally or in terms of family dynamics, this is an opportunity for you to nurture a connection and upon a brand new foundation. Nurture a connection and build upon a brand new foundation. Keep in mind, while igniting your expansive house, 9th house of long-term pursuits, Mars will make an opposition to Saturn retrograde in your 3rd house of communication and immediate surroundings. Change of plans? Don't hesitate to take time for reflection, as you will soon be navigating a new realm within your relationships. Capricorn Collective, your new moon affirmation is as follows. I am committed to nurturing relationships with a solid foundation. My partnerships are supportive and dependable. We move on to Aquarius and Aquarius rising. Honoring your personal needs on a day-to-day basis could bring you closer to fulfill a lifestyle that you crave and deserve. Just in time for July's new moon in Cancer, as it will ignite your 6th house of health, daily routines, and due diligence and acts of service. You're being presented with the opportunity to nurture your inner world while maximizing your day. With both Mars and Venus transiting your relationship sector, a significant other could potentially interrupt your focus, so do not lose your balance. Speak your truth, set boundaries if need be. The new moon is encouraging you to choose yourself and without hesitation. Aquarius collective, your new moon affirmation is as follows. My daily rituals are sacred, as is my responsibility towards family. I choose to nurture my routines and overall well-being. And last but certainly not least, we move on to Pisces and Pisces rising. Celebrate your wins and the intuition that led you there. I love that line. The moon is renewing itself in your sister sign, Cancer, bringing fertility and an emotional emphasis to your expressive fifth house of authenticity, creative musings, and passion projects. Keep in mind, with Saturn retrograde hovering over your sign, you are likely more focused and disciplined when it comes to your long-term goals, which can serve as a positive influence at this time. Some of you might even be entertaining the thought of expanding your family and conceiving, while others of you opt for nurturing your inner child instead. Meanwhile, with Pluto retrograde in your 11th house of community affairs, you are being encouraged to silence that noise that derailed you from your unique talents, skills, and abilities once upon a time. Pisces collective, your new moon affirmation is as follows. I know how to make my inner child feel safe. My musings are just as valid as my emotions. All right, and that concludes the audio version of this audio video podcast. The next scene will have us jumping directly in the actual moon pools. Video version of this podcast, I will pull a card for each one of you and read the message in that card. We are definitely going to go in with the oracles of visions, and I'm excited, and I'll see you in the next scene. Bye, guys. Hello, guys, and welcome to the channel. This is going to be the video version of the audio video moon pools podcast for the beautiful new moon in Cancer. Everything that you need is below in the description box for you in your collective. As I always say, we're going to get right in this, guys. We always start with the power wish and the anchoring statements. And that is exactly where we're going to start right now. For the new moon, okay, when we write our power wish, we have to anchor that with a new moon power wish. And this is what you're going to put there. I am certain that the wish that I am making is perfectly aligned with the will of the universe, and that it is in the highest and best way to bring love and prosperity into the world. Through the wish that I'm making, I intend for my love and power to quickly reach all beings everywhere. So we want to start and anchor the power wish with that. In addition to that, we also want to start our sentences with our new moon anchorings, which is I intend to or I intend for. And I do apologize, guys. This is the Power Wish by Kiko Marie Kondo, if you want to follow along when we do these videos, okay? Again, the new moon power wish is a declaration statement to the universe, okay? You'll be missing the point if you don't use phrases that convey your resolve. Amongst the phrases that show resolve, I intend to is the most powerful. In my experience, I found that when I write I intend to, the wish manifests itself quickly and efficiently. Let me give you some examples. So I intend to build a strong relationship of trust with Taquito and to support him as we share our lives together. I intend to meet my ideal partner who makes me a better person and to start a happy, cheerful family with him. And I intend to lose 5 pounds for the audition in September. All right. Now, I think you see what we need. All right. She gives some examples. But right now, we're going to move into the actual new moon power wish portion of this book. And that is here. So the Cancer new moon power wish, late June to late July. Uh-oh. Almost knocked that off. Hold on, guys. That is hot. That's my candles. If you can't see this one over here, you can probably see a little bit of that one. All right. A new moon A Cancer new moon helps you have a fulfilling family life, strengthen family ties, improve parent-child relationships, especially with the mother. Be blessed with a child, become pregnant, have control over your emotions, enjoy a fulfilling life, create an environment that feels safe, make new friends who are as close to you as your family, purchase the new home of your dreams. With anything related to the chest and the breast. Inquiries from the universe to help you find clues when you don't know what to write. What is your idea of a happy family? What is your idea parent-child relationship like? How would you like to raise your children? If you were to work from home, what would that look like? If you were to build a new home, what would it be like? So, the top 3 Power Wish examples that are likely to come true with this Cancer new moon. I intend to build a loving, happy family with Frankie. I intend to create a fun-loving family with my partner and 2 children, living the full life of laughter together. Or I intend to purchase a piece of land near the ocean within a year and build a house with a balcony. So all of these are the examples of, of some keywords: family, parent, child, clan, extended family, residence, home, apartment, second home, renovation, personal life, after work, safety, recharge, moonlight, bath, relax, cooking, food, recipe, nutrition, table, kitchen meal, kind, loving, friendly, full of love, warm, relatable, favorable, and approachable. And then we're going to go through a couple of Power Wish examples. Romantic relationships and partnerships. I intend to meet a cheerful and kind partner who can get along with my parents. And career and business. I intend to open up a cooking school in my home this fall and teach 100 students within 1 year. Interesting. Finances. I intend to earn a generous income that allows me to easily give my parents a monthly allowance of $200. Habits. I intend to meet up with my spouse's parents for a meal every month and maintain a good relationship with them. Personality. I intend to let go of the habit of trying to micromanage my children. All right. We have health and beauty. I intend to do 30 push-ups every day, building the beautiful firm pectoral muscles. And finally, miscellaneous. I intend to work with my partner to have a baby and share with others the happy news. All right. Well, that concludes the Power Wish. And I am going to come back when we are ready to get the pulls together. All right. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's get this shuffled. This is the Oracle of Visions, guys. The Oracle of Visions. And this is for Aries. Aries. What do we have for Aries? We do have the card of 45. The card of 45 is manipulation, control, role-playing, wishful thinking. All right. What does this card mean for you? Life is a cabaret, a theater, a performance. We are acting out our roles as villains and heroes. Like marionettes, we are both manipulated and manipulating, writing and following the script. We share the stage with others for some acts and perform solo acts in others. In this parody, we can create artificial scenarios or planned out outcomes. We can transform into something or someone that we are not. There may be a creative benefit in that we encouraged to fulfill our dreams and wishes. The danger is losing oneself in the role and losing touch with the reality beyond the stage doors. So there is an energy around you of manipulation, control, role-playing, or wishful thinking. The card of 45, that's in the energy of 7. And there is choices that you have to make. Wow, Aries. We move on to Taurus and Taurus rising. Well, Taurus, Sun, Moon, rising, Venus. I'm sorry, guys. This is for Taurus. This is for Taurus. This is for Taurus. Come on. I'm actually just going to take these off the top. That's what I'm doing because they're too big. Taurus, we have the card of 33. Patience, waiting for the right moment. A ballerina casts a golden line and lure with which to capture a desired goal or item. The process is calm and planned. The pace is leisurely. There is no rush nor looming deadline. She will know when the right time has come and the moment is appropriate. A king's fisher, a harbinger of tranquility, accompanies her. Okay, and together they will wait. Despite the desire for some results, some occasions or decisions simply should not be rushed. We should approach either with caution or restraint, waiting for the opportune moment. We must also be wary of being too indulgent and devoting too much time waiting for some imagined perfect moment, person, or thing. Worthy opportunities may be lost if they are overlooked in anticipation for some intangible or better option to arrive. Taurus, you have patience and waiting for the right moment. The card of 33, 3 and 3 is 6, and there could be a lack of balance in your situation right now with this new moon in Cancer. We move on to Gemini. Gemini, you have the card of 40. And this card is time, life. Time, the ultimate thief, gradually takes from us and never gives back. A hooded priestess holds out her hand, offering us a lifetime in the form of just an hourglass. Its shape suggests a cylindrical figure or nature that we might simply rotate and start afresh. In smaller issues, that may be true, and indeed, we often sense repetition, Gemini Collective. But in the larger sense, the hourglass is simply an illusion. In truth, such as perceived patterns are merely detours along one's journey. Here we see that the golden sand does not merely fall to be recollected, but escapes, and eventually the glass will be empty. Time, Gemini Collective, is a commodity that is never really ours, but merely something we have to use for a given period. The only way to ensure the balance in our favor is for us to use our allotted time fully before it is taken from us. Live life every day, hour, and minute to its fullest. And Gemini Collective, this is the card of 40. And this is all about your security, your stability, and your foundations. We move on to the star of the show. Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Happy new moon in Cancer. We got the card of nurturing and taking care of others. So fitting, Cancer Collective, because this is your card. This card may represent the nurturing nature of a mother embracing her child, a teacher guiding his student, or a master training his apprentice. Each balances the desire to protect and provide direction to those under his or her care, with the need to also allow room for personal growth. When we can prepare them, inform them, advise them, but eventually there will come a moment when we need to resist the impulse to reach out and instead must let them fall. When they rise again of their own accord, we can take comfort in knowing that we taught them well. All right. It's time for you to nurture and take care of others, but this may be a bigger picture, Cancerian, that it's time to allow something to fall to the wayside, and you have to give this individual time to get back up. It could be a cautionary tale to parents, but I do not believe it's necessary, a parent to a child. I also feel like this is a relationship for some of you, and maybe you are too babying of a situation. 1 + 8 is 9. 9 talks about, I'm thinking about the 9 of Pentacles, attainment. It's time for someone to attain their independence on their own. And you must revel in the energy that you taught them well. Beautiful. We move on to Leo collective. We have the card of 5. 5. The card of 5 is the card of flights of fancy, leap of faith, and taking the next step. If you take that leap of faith, oh, the places you could go. But you'll never know until you try, Leo collective. We can dream and hope and take that leap, but there are risks involved. Nevertheless, we do not have a tarot fool innocently leaping from a cliff. We instead assess the scenario, dangers, and we prepare. We can train or educate ourselves, become informed, take precautions, and increase our chances of success. All right, Leo, in the energy of 5, there has been conflict, there has been instability, and there has been a lot of change. However, take the leap of faith, go to the next level and experience, and let's go and experience flights of fancy. But you have to assess the scenario, dangers, and prepare. Be informed, take precautions, and increases that which will in turn increase your chance of success. Good luck with that. We move on to Virgo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Another 5. We got the card of 23. And this is providing shelter. Our relationship with the natural world is at its lowest ebb. And as humans, we are becoming increasingly detached. Our physical lives may have been made more comfortable by our technical advances, but our spiritual lives may be diminished. A woman transforms her body with the symbolic tree as she offers support and safety to nature. The sincerity of her offer is accepted in return with complete trust. A warm glow is generated from that interaction. In the distance, a unicorn notices and looks on approvingly, but ironically, there is a sad poignancy in his attention. Is it that the magical creature has seen so few of such acts? Despite the overall trend, there is hope that we are all at least aware of our damaging imprint and an increasing acknowledgement and desire to redress the imbalances. Their home is a shelter from all storms and all sorts of storms, that is. There is a storm possibly brewing. It's coming your way. And what I would say with this is that you need to remember that, yes, there has been conflict, quarreling, competition, instability, and change. Yet at the same time, provide yourself with shelter. We move on to Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We got the card of 24. Letting go and offering a way out. Have the courage to set it free. If it flies away, it was never truly yours, Libra collective. If it returns of its own free will, then you know for sure it was yours. Such an old adage regarding a loved one. To truly love and be loved, love has to be given and returned freely and unconditionally. This image captures that moment of release. Will the butterfly return or leave through an open window? It is a poignant moment, one of courage for the girl who has released the butterfly, but is herself a prisoner. Her scenario is symbolically represented by the chess pieces. The analogy of imprisonment can, of course, be applied to self-incarnation. We are often prisoners trapped in the cell of our own making, either by fear, perceptions of duty, or loyalty to causes or people. Whether caring for a loved one or feeling trapped by financial, medical, or any such circumstance can represent an emotional imprisonment as real as any barred window. Let yourself go, let it free, Libra. If it was yours, if it returns back to you, it was yours. Wow. In the energy of 24, I know that things are coming into balance. Good luck, collective. We move on to Scorpio and Scorpio rising. Sun, Moon, rising, and Venus. I'm sorry. This is tranquil. Tranquil. What is wrong with me tonight? Tranquility. Oh my God, I messed up Sagittarius' video. Now I'm messing up Scorpios. I'm sorry, guys. Tranquility at peace. The card of 6, things are returning to balance. You are going into a moment of recovery. This is definitely describing your energy. We have experienced a difficult period, but the trial is over. Challenging times in their multitude of forms, worries over financial or health issues, troubled relationships, or concerns for others can cause us, for others, close to us. Oh my goodness, my eyes are crossing. Close to us have left us physically weakened or spiritually tested, guys. Now, either by exception or conclusion, our troubles are past. Now we need the comforting embrace of rest. It's time to recuperate and regain our strength. A woman is draped in a purple cloth as she reclines peacefully. A glowing divine light or spirit drives away the shadows of her troubles. She floats gently above a zen-like garden of cherry blossoms. So if you can go and smell some cherry blossoms, not sure about whether they're in season or not, if you can go and get a cherry blossom fragrance, even if it's one of the Glade ones, whatever it is, go get that. Things around you are peaceful, they're zen, and you are in recovery mode right now after battling a storm. Good luck, Scorpio. Uh-oh, I don't like this. We move on to Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, rising, Venus. You got the card of 8. And this is goals, dedication, or process. In a larger metaphysical sense, our journey through life is said to be full of transformation from an imperfect, corruptible state toward a perfect, healthy, and everlasting state. What does not kill us makes us stronger, Sag Collective. Thus, this painful or difficult changes that we must endure can, in theory, burnish us to a spiritual sense to a high golden shine. We can seek out knowledge, opportunity, and challenge. It is not necessary to merely allow life to happen to us. In this scene, an alchemist serves as an analogy for striving to achieve an end goal through study, experimentation, dedication, and perseverance. His facial markings trace the beginning and end points of his quest. Beautiful. Wow. From base lead through its various stages of purification of the soul to goal. The symbol for goal appears in the center of his forehead where the third eye chakra is perceived to be. This card is a reminder, Sagittarian Collective, to stay focused on the goal and to continually apply the required self-discipline. It is worth it in the end. That says all it needs to say. I will let you know that in this 8 energy, there's going to be some quick moving communication. I believe your reading was a really good reading about goals and friends. And so go back and refer to your weekly reading. I believe that this is it. This 8 is the infinity symbol. This 8 also talks about quick moving communication, new perspectives, or a quick conclusion. Good luck, Sagittarius. All right. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, rising, and Venus. The card of 37, which is relationships and interactions with others. Our life is defined by relationships, Cap. Family, partners, friends, and foes. Each enters and passes through like a comet crossing through our sky. Some shine briefly, never to return again, and gradually fade from memory. Others settle and remain in our orbit. A mechanical photography device displays those who have played a part in our lives. The intricate rotations create infinite combinations to represent the presence and partings. Mimicking the steps of an imaginary cosmic dance, some will remain as permanent participants, although their closeness will oscillate and be relative to each other. Additional frames will constantly be added, waiting to portray others who will enter our lives in the future. Beautiful. So this is all about your relationships with others, relating to others. In the energy of 37, I can let you know that there's going to be a chapter closing. 3 plus 7 is 10. There's going to be a cycle that's closing. Capricorn, out with the old and in with the new. Good luck with that. We move on to Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. You have the card of 31. This is secrecy and confidentiality. From the clandestine world of espionage to the privacy of our personal inner thoughts, we attempt to keep our own secrets but seek those of others. Any sharing of such confidentialities requires a demonstration of trust, whether it is between nations, corporations, or intimate family members and friends. In the context of human relationships, our curiosity or need to know may be for self-interest or a desire to help others. To achieve either will require a key, in turn that provides the access to the information we seek. It may be facts and figures or simply a better understanding of circumstances. Such information may be provided freely by those who control it or withheld until we have proven ourselves. These keys may take the form of the most complex cryptic puzzle or password, but also a simple "you can trust me" gesture offered to a troubled friend. In this card, the guardian is herself symbolically an oracle. She possesses the answers you seek and can provide you with the keys to access them. But before doing so, Aquarius Collective, you may have to prove that you are ready. Seeking greater truths, even those of self-discovery, often requires some demonstration of worthiness. Wow. This is all about your structures, your foundations, and that energy of 4. This is probably going to resonate with you more if you are an Aquarius that has Cancer in their inner planets, whether it's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, doesn't matter, as long as it's in addition to Aquarius energy. There's going to be some secrecy, possibly, or confidentiality around one's safety, security, and home. And last but certainly not least, we have Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in the energy of the card of number 2. Belonging, acceptance, and assimilation. Our sense of belonging and acceptance by others requires affirmation. Pure recognition and acceptance is a compelling motivation and reward for our participation. To that aim, we may have to demonstrate to some degree our allegiance. Some communicate their allegiance and commitment through body marking. Others are more transient expressions such as dress code and fashion, and still others by their conduct or mannerisms. Whatever the form, all are variations of the same basic objective, namely a confirmation that I am this and I belong. And in turn, you are this and we accept you. The flamboyantly coiffed female modifies her appearance with a disguise in order to assimilate. The masked beak transforms her visual persona, and her poise means of posture further confirm her spiritual transformation. She is at one with those who she has joined. In our enthusiasm and desire for acceptance, we must carefully stay true to ourselves. Are we really comfortable with the quotations me we are claiming to be, or is it strained, forced, and ultimately unsustainable? Wow. So this is all about your relationships, your duality, and the way in which you are interacting with other individuals. And the question is simple. Are you being the truest form of yourself? All right. Like, share, and subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe. This concludes the video portion of this audio video, New Moon in Cancer, Moon Pulls podcast. Of course, everything will be timestamped for you as per usual. Your cards, the numbers, the names, or the themes for everyone will be there for you. And I will see you when we do it again in the full moon. Bye, guys.